Hey Foreverlies, it is just Maddie, and I am driving back from a special grocery store that I love going to. It's called Central Market, and they have like all the really good food. Basically, it's just like, it's a branch of H-E-B, but it's like a luxury branch, so they have like the gourmet foods and stuff. And I went to Costco today, and I just needed water bottles. Also, this is gonna just be like a drive with me video. We're just gonna chat, like chill, take off your shoes, kick back, relax. I went into Costco to get water bottles and soup because I have been having trouble eating this pregnancy, and it was even worse yesterday because my heartburn was so bad. Like, I couldn't lay down because I would be like choking on heartburn, which is so gross, I know. So I ate soup, and that's all that really sounded good to me yesterday. It's been weird because I've only wanted to eat like very specific things, and if it's not those very specific things, I just won't eat at all. I know more than anybody, like, I need to be eating. I need to provide nutrients to my baby. And I can't do that if I'm just skipping lunch because only Panera bread, broccoli, and cheese soup sounds good to me. And most of the time, it's just been like fast food stuff that sounds good to me. But I've been like meal prepping, and if I don't have like meal prep for lunch, I'll just starve. I just won't eat unless I go and get fast food. It's been horrible. I'm gonna start meal prepping again. I just got the stuff to meal prep actually at Central Market. So hopefully that helps, because I'm spending way too much money on takeout food, and I just don't need to be doing that. I went to Costco, basically. Sorry for the tangent. I went to Costco, and I was gonna just buy some broccoli and cheese soup, because that is something I can always eat. That's not something that's gonna ever sound bad to me. I could just pay like $8 for those 2 big things of broccoli and cheddar soup. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you go to Costco and get the broccoli and cheese soup. So good. All they had was Italian sausage soup, and that just sounded awful to me. So I basically had like a breakdown in my car and decided that the only thing that sounded good to me is the Southwest pasta salad from Central Market. It's a 30-minute drive. So I drove there. I surely drove there. And I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, could I just get like a little thing of Southwest pasta salad? We're out. They had it literally like 4 days ago. I went and got it, and they had it, and they were out. So I sampled another pasta. It just didn't really taste good to me. So I ended up just getting another pasta I know I like from there, and it was fine. I was able to eat some of that for lunch, which is good. It also has like a lot of veggies, so that's good. But I also ended up going to like this little pastry place, and they have literally the cutest pastries I have ever seen in my life. I'll insert a picture right here. This isn't like sponsored or anything. I just saw them on Facebook, and I thought they were the cutest thing, and I was so excited to go. So I went, and I got my little brother like a little one for his birthday. My little brother is turning 16 today. Little Stony is 16, which is just so crazy to me. I actually texted him, and I was like, I'm going to South Lake. Is there anything like in the South Lake area you would want for your birthday? Or do you still just want money? He said, yeah, just go get me something I didn't ask for. With the attitude. So I did not get him anything in South Lake. I'm just going to give him like a little gift card. Or it's not like a gift card. It's a Visa gift card, so it's basically money. $50. I used to give my siblings like $150 on their birthdays just because I like had money. And I realize now that I should have given them like normal amounts. I don't know. Being like 14, 15 years old, making just crazy amounts of money is just such a bad situation to be in. I feel like it was good for me to take care of Everly, but I also did not have any like financial smarts. I also didn't know that you had to save 30% for taxes. I thought it was just kind of like taken out. My mom didn't know either, because social media was like such a new thing. So I ended up owing like a ton in taxes. I still owe a ton in taxes, to be completely real. And I feel like we're about to just have like this era of influencers in tax debt, because I feel like not every influencer, especially influencers who need the money and aren't like crazy huge. Like if you have like 100,000 YouTube subscribers, you're probably making money, but you're probably not making like crazy amounts of money. And a lot of those people like need extra money to pay their bills, especially in the economy we're in. I mean, grocery prices are insane. Everything's going up. My insurance price has doubled. It's just what used to leave me with $2,000 a month just for free money, just like to spend or save, is now very, very, very cutting it close. And it's with the same exact bills. It's just everything is more expensive now. So I feel like those kinds of people, they're not going to save 30% for taxes. They're going to spend it because they need it. A lot of people need that money, and they need it to make ends meet. And right now, even me, I'll be completely honest, sometimes I'll get a check and I'm like, I cannot save a single penny of this for my 30% towards taxes, or I'm not going to be able to properly pay my bills. And that's very, I guess, something that I don't like talking about on the internet, because I feel very embarrassed about it. People say like, oh, you spend too much money, but I really do try to be careful with my money, and whenever I do have the extra money, I will go spend it. I like shopping. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it's not like I'm just going crazy like I used to. Because whenever I was like 14 or 15, I would literally go and take $2,000 out of the bank, cash, and just go shopping, because the $2,000 limit on my card I was too little, so I would take out $2,000 cash on top of it. I was just out of control with the spending, because I never had that. We were like not doing well at all before then. Like, I was selling my things to be able to get Facebook Marketplace clothes for my daughter. And I would just enter this life, and I'm like, okay, I have money and I can spend money, and this makes me better. And I know this is horrible. Do not think like this anymore. But I thought I had something to prove. I was this little 16-year-old girl walking around with a child, the 2-year-old little girl. So I thought I had something to prove. I thought people won't look down at me as a teen mom if I have all this money and I can spend all this money. And that's honestly like what I thought for a while, and that's kind of how I coped with feeling lesser than. But I don't know, that was horrible. It's just like a crazy time. Got like a 30-minute drive left. Not the red light, so I can show you the little pastry I got from my brother. It's so cute. It's a raspberry. Yeah, but it was just such a crazy time. Like, all of the teen moms, we would all just be making like way too much money for a teenager, and it's good we got to support our children, but the teen mom YouTube era was just so crazy. And we really would, like, a lot of us, I agree that I was exploitative with some of my old videos. I should never, ever have taken my child to the hospital and used it as clickbait. Never. I shouldn't have vlogged at a hospital and taken pictures in a hospital just so it could get views. I didn't know. I didn't know how horrible that was, because that's what everybody else was doing. And I saw them get so many views. I'm like, honestly, the entire time I've done my YouTube career, I've just kind of followed what other trends are. I've never like made the trends or anything. So I see all these other moms posting their children sick and they got views, it brought in the views, and I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do. And that is just one of my biggest regrets. That's like the toxicity of family vlogging and just using, I don't know. I would understand if it was like, just like lifestyle vlogging and you talk about what happened. But if you're using it as the title, instead of just saying life update, you're saying, my daughter was hospitalized for this, that's clickbait. And you should not ever be clickbaiting with that. If it's just like a pure story time about what happened to spread awareness and maybe share your story, I think that's still kind of crossing the line, but I don't know. Now my channel, I like to kind of focus it around me. Everly actually is very enthusiastic about the whole YouTube thing. She loves it. We've talked about it. She actually gets upset sometimes when she's not in videos. She loves being in videos. She loves being the center of attention. She wants to do her own channel, actually. She's begged to do her own channel, and she'll like do it on her iPad and like film videos. And I might let her like eventually set up a little vlog channel, because I think it would be fun for her, because she's such like a creative kid. I would see it as like more of a creativity outlet. And I know people have like different opinions about putting their children online, but that's not something I'm going to get into, honestly. I mean, I think there's bad ways to do it, and I think there's fine ways to do it. And if people don't want to show their kids on the internet, I think that's completely fine too. But I'm honestly thinking about letting her start one eventually, once she can learn to do it herself. And she already has like a Coogan trust fund account with money from my channel. So I think it would be so awesome for her to start her own channel and be able to save the money from that and have it go into her Coogan account so she can save and be better equipped for her future. I think that would be really flippin' cool. And I think she'd be great at it. She has such a fun personality. Another thing, I didn't have a plan for this video, by the way, either. I posted something on Instagram asking like, what do y'all want me to talk about? Just give me like random topics. And nope, it got deleted somehow. So I don't know what people said. Another thing I kind of think about a lot is how rich I could be if I kind of like exploited the views I got. And I really, really went for it with the YouTube thing. And I did like all these companies and opened businesses. Like, you see all these influencers and they're rich. Like, oh, it's crazy. And even like on the smaller scale, like me, like I consider myself to be on a smaller scale in the influencer world. People will be like, oh my god, you're famous. I'm like, no, I'm not. I could have really, really like done the merch thing and promoted my merch at the end of every video. I've looked into like many business opportunities, like skincare, makeup, clothes. If I were to have started and opened my own business, I think it would have been very profitable. But that felt fake to me. That just felt so fake. It didn't feel like something I really wanted to do. It was just solely for financial gain. So that felt fake to me. And then especially whenever I was at like my height, like whenever I was like 15 and 16, I had sponsors, people reaching out to me to sponsor my channel for a lot of money, but it was not like brands that I aligned with, so I would deny all of them. And even now, like, I get so many sponsorship emails, but if it's not like a brand that I'm familiar with, I won't do it. And I don't know, I see so many influencers like in their bag, like doing all kinds of sponsorships, but that also, for them, I think it works, but for me, it feels fake. I feel fake doing it, and it just doesn't feel like genuine for me to do sponsors like all the time. So that's why I'm very, very like specific Like, I just recently did a sponsorship with White Fox. They're a brand I love and wear all the time. Like Casetify. Those are sponsorships I'll do. And I have no issue with doing those. But some of them just feel like if I don't know the brand, I'm not going to do it. Y'all will never see me doing a sponsorship just for the money. The money's nice. It's a perk. But I won't just be taking like a Temu. Temu's been reaching out to me like crazy. I'm not just going to get a Temu sponsorship for the money. Absolutely not. But I feel like if I really milked it and really did like the social media thing and like devoted my all to it, I would have been in like a completely different place than I am now. And I think I would have made like a shit ton of money. But I don't think I would have felt right ever. Like, this has always been to me like just a very chill, open, like talking to a friend type thing. It's never been like, it's never ever been something that's for money. And now it is for money because I pay my bills with the money I make. But I don't post thinking, oh, this is gonna make me a lot of money. I post when I want to post. I don't know. Like, I see so many strategic posts from people. Like, I could have like teased the hell out of my pregnancy, made everyone think I was pregnant and brought in so many views. I could have done like teasing things with the gender and brought in tons of views. But I really don't give a shit about that. Like, I don't want to do the business side. I just want to chat. I just want to hang out. And I just want to be real and raw. I hope this doesn't come off as like, oh, I'm not like other influencers. I'm different. It's just how I feel. And I see a lot of influencers doing things that may not be genuine to themselves just for the bag. And I mean, I get it. Money drives a lot of things. But at the same time, like, maybe we're in this for different reasons, if that's the most important thing to you. And no hate to anybody at all. Never that. People have always assumed that I have like beef with people too. I never really beefed with like any of the teen moms. There was never any beef. Maybe there was like people got mad at me and didn't talk to me, but I never got mad at them. I still talked highly of them whenever they were like mad at me. I don't know. There was like some drama it was like Playlist Live or VidCon or something. And I just never really got involved in that, luckily. But there's definitely been like a few times where people just didn't like me. And I didn't really know why. I don't know. I don't know what I ever did because I've never been like a shit talker. I've never been the type of, I'm such a people pleaser. Like, if somebody doesn't like me, I will kiss their ass. Like, I don't want anybody to ever not like me. And I will purposefully never be rude to anybody so nobody doesn't like me. I'm just such a like loving person at the core that I don't want anybody to not like me. I don't want beef with anybody. I'll agree with whatever you're saying. Just so there's no disagreements. You know, that might be bad, but whatever. Why are you honking at me? I'm turning. Did y'all hear that? I might have like started the video too late, but somebody just honked at me because I'm turning slow in the rain. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna hit a turn at 40 miles per hour when it's raining outside. They have a custom license plate too. I never ever, I actually ordered a custom license plate and it was like Mad Nev. Thank God I never picked it up because someone would have seen that and known it was me. Like, how stupid. I don't know. There was just a lot of stupidity in my youth, I feel like. I'm just glad that things are different now and I've matured. Like, beefing with my baby daddy publicly, I genuinely cannot believe I ever did that. I was coming from a place of like very deep anger, and honestly one of my toxic traits is like whenever I get angry, I don't think sometimes, whenever I'm super angry. Like, I wouldn't even consider it anger whenever it's like rage. And it's horrible. I just see red and I kind of lose it. But posting it on the internet and kind of like using it, like I literally posted a video that had a picture of me and my daughter with like a court hammer. Like, I went to court with my baby. And it was never like about the views whenever I started out. But once I saw what people liked, I kind of just posted what people liked and what people wanted to hear about. And whenever I was like, I was 15 when I started my channel. I was 15 when I started my channel. But whenever you're 15 and you're reading the comments and people are like, do a story time about this, and there's like millions of people asking for something, most 15-year-olds are gonna do that thing people are asking for. Just because it's just so easy to be pressured at that age, I feel like. What a trip. I can't believe we're here now. I feel like I'm phasing out of social media. I feel like I'm not very like relevant at all anymore, honestly. I feel like the only reason people like watch me is when something big happens in my life. They don't just keep up with me regularly, which I'm fine with. I have like such a loyal group of followers that have just been here since day one that keep up with me, and I'm so thankful for that. Like, it's great. But I feel like I'm only really relevant when something big happens. I don't know. And I was never like relevant, like you look at like all these influencers like Tana Mojo and like Charlie D'Amelio. I'm never on that level. But I'm happy with where I am right now. I don't think I'd like to be on the level of like Tana and Charlie and Addison Rae. I don't think I'd enjoy that. I like having a chill life. Like, yeah, it'd be great to make like $1 million, but I'm not gonna do all that. Okay, you're going, I guess. You don't know how to take turns. I hate driving in Texas. It's so irritating. But yeah, I need to start filming more, just like casually. I guess I got kind of burnt out and didn't post like at all whenever I got pregnant. I was just asleep all day, barely passing my classes because I was just too tired to do anything, and it's really affecting my grades now, which is frustrating. So obviously, like, I don't know, my first semester in college, I'm already almost done, by the way, y'all. I graduate next semester, which is so cool because I like sped up everything so I'd get done fast. But yeah, last semester I just kind of like overachieved, I guess, and I got like straight A's. I had a 4.0 GPA until the summer where I got one high B and it dropped to a 4.89. It's about to drop lower. I'm telling y'all, taking all these classes while pregnant just wasn't smart. And for my bachelor's program, I'm gonna kind of like write about that in my statement so they know why those grades were like that. But I'm still gonna be able to make like 80s and 90s, but there might be a C in there depending on how I do on my next chemistry test. Chemistry is genuinely the most mind-boggling thing I have ever done in my life. I understand the formulas, I understand how to use them, but whenever I'm asked like a question and they're like, oh, do the formula and solve for this, my brain just goes blank. And I've studied so much, but I just don't know how to study for it, I guess. Oh, I'm actually passing my church right now. I started going to church again. I've had like a weird experience with like being a Christian, I guess. I don't know. Because I felt kind of like denied from the church whenever I got pregnant young. But at this church, like, it's very small. Nobody really knows my past. They can probably assume I'm a young mom because I'm like 12 years old walking around with my little kid. But it's nice. I like it. And I believe in God, or at least I really, really want to. It's just hard sometimes, I guess. because I am a very, very science-based person, and whenever I want to know if something's true or false, I kind of look into the science of it. And there is no science of God, because God is just past all of that. And I just keep having to tell myself that. I guess the hardest thing for me has been just like the actual, I don't know, the actual take that God is all loving and all powerful with the things that are happening in the world. And I do understand that evil has came to be on its own, but it's also hard for me to understand that somebody is all powerful and all loving, but would still allow biological evils, because evils inflicted upon evils, like human evil, is very well explainable because humans are given free will. But biological evils is where it gets really, really hard for me, because it just doesn't make sense to me that somebody who is all powerful and all loving would allow something like childhood cancer or just like the suffering of innocent children to exist. And that's something I've really, really struggled with. And I want to talk to my pastor and see what he says and like how they describe it, how they explain that in the church. And I don't want them to say, oh, it's because God is God and everything happens for a reason. I want a reason. And it's hard asking for that, I guess. Just because it is, it's hard for me to take that as an answer. But I've been enjoying it. I mean, it feels good to be a part of something good, and I do believe in God, but it's just hard for me to believe that he truly is all powerful and all loving sometimes. So I've been just trying to figure out a way to sit with that, I guess. But I really love the church, and it's been great. It's such a gloomy day. I get so tired whenever it gets dark early and it's gloomy and it's cloudy. I'll take a nap if it's raining. And I think it has to do with my vitamin D levels. Honestly, I'm not sure. It just makes me so tired. I just got home. I'll show you all the other pastries I got because they're so cute. I have to go and take notes for anatomy and physiology. One's a coffee bean and one's like a little cookies and cream thing. I'm gonna bring the cookies and cream one to Everly. I'm probably gonna eat the coffee bean. But I hope you guys enjoyed this chat. I've been thinking about starting a podcast with my sister Abby because I think it would be really fun. So many fun stories and so many, it's just like when me and her talk, like we have really good, really deep conversations, and I feel like it'd be really cool to do. Just finding a name is really hard. We thought to do like Problem Child Podcast, but I told my husband like, oh, this is our name idea, and he's like, Logan Paul or like Jake Paul already uses that like as his brand. I didn't know that, but I don't know if podcast, like Problem Child Podcast, is like trademarked by him. So I would just have to like look into it and find a name. But I think it'd be like a fun thing to do, because whenever I talk for so long. I feel like doing podcasts would be fun for me. My life isn't always like super interesting, and just talking about stuff would be fun. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to our channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.